Okay, love. This right here is a very special reading for my very special friend Hollywood. I mean LA. Excuse me, LA, aka Hollywood. It's a very special reading for him. Um, I don't want to mention any sexes because I'm not going to pretend. If it pertains to you or if it resonates, please stay. Um, there's more than one person going through things. So, um, in life, not particularly for one person. So, my whole reason for doing this is because Hollywood is a very supportive um, subscriber that I have. He or she comments on my posts, and I really appreciate that. And I'm not gonna pretend like that doesn't mean anything. It does. Every that comments, likes, shares, subscribe, and honors my gift of honesty, which is a Sagittarian gift that no one can take away. One thing that God says is that what's meant for you is for you, whether it goes or whether it leaves. So, this is a very special gift for my friend LA that is a very supportive person and comments, likes, subscribes, and probably even shares my videos. If they don't, I'm okay with that. But for the most part, it's not about that. It's about the generosity of the heart to another person. So, the song literally that I got for I'm sorry, excuse me. But passion doesn't pay bills. That's crazy. So I literally got for LA is Jasmine Sullivan, Our Story to Tell. So very interesting that I would get that. And if this resonates with you, I hope it does. That's beautiful. Jasmine Sullivan, Our Story to Tell. I clicked on it and then it started the whole video all over again, but I wanted to remember exactly what video it was. And then that was a whole commercial, so you can ignore that. But if the commercial resonated, listen to it. Okay, here's what I have to say. I appreciate LA because it's very to it's very motivating to know 3:20 on the clock that there are people out there that support you. I mean, it's very motivating. It's very nice. It's very sweet. YouTube is a free thing. It's like people hold their support as if it was something. I mean, even if you don't have a bell to ring, if you don't ring the bell every time somebody speaks, that's okay. But to support people, I mean, if you were in a business, would you want to be supported? If this was your love and your hobby and nobody supported you, but they kept watching, would you want to be supported, right? So that's the thing, is that it's not about it's not just about the small things, it's about the bigger things. So I wanted to give LA, aka Hollywood, some love for their undying support right now in my channel. Even having somebody to reply to and talk to, and just kind of shoot the. You all know the saying. I'm trying to keep it PG-13 this time. And I've been thinking lately that my readings come out how they want. So if you don't like my previous readings, sometimes I laugh, and I'm not laughing at a particular sign, but I'm laughing at the fact that spirit just is kind of, they give me a gift that I just didn't even know all my life that I had. I've always had spirits around me. I've always known. Even when I was a kid, you know, I used to sleep sometimes with the lights on, because like even ghost spirits used to just hang around me and in my head and in my eyes while I sleep. When I close them, it's like you can see images of a specific person. And then if you think hard enough, you can hear the message they're trying to tell you. It wasn't like I asked for this. Who asked to speak for other people and for someone else? Unless God says to you, you're to help, right? That's kind of the important thing, is that you're meant to help. It's not for yourself. Sometimes, well, especially light workers, you're meant to help someone else. You're not meant to help yourself. You're meant to help someone else. So when a light worker misbehaves, they get tower moments as well. It's not just, but for some reason, for light workers, it's an extensive tower moment, because God sees you in a different light than he sees everyone else. It's like he has a higher expectation of you. So the growth in you has to be more profound, right? 7:07 on my clock. So to ignore him is like to ignore time when you have an appointment, as if he's not as important, right? So my readings come out as they want to. Some of them I do erase, because sometimes my readings do come out in ego. And I hate that about being a reader, is that a person, even though God, spirit, universe, do not live in ego. God is a selfish God, but he's not an egoistic God, right? So his ego, God's ego, is selfish in the way that understand that no matter what, you're my child and I'm going to help you. But I'm a selfish guy. So if you don't listen, if you're not paying attention, if you do wrong things, then that I failed to mention, I can give you the life lesson, 8:22 on my clock. So never ignore the angels, God, spirits, and universe speaking to you, right? And I'm sorry, I haven't been getting much sleep lately because I'm a natural insomniac. So it's hard for me to sleep at night. That's why I used to, party promote when I did and stuff like that, is because it's easy for me to stay up at night. Very easy. Because sleeping is like a whole another anxiety I have, because it's hard for me to sleep. So it's like I have anxiety about sleeping. And then once I get to the bed, it's like tossing and turning. Oh God, it's crazy. But I also hear spirit, and maybe that's part of why I don't sleep at night. Because maybe it's a belief of mine that the ghosts, the freaks come out at night. The ghosts come out at night. Spirit comes out at night, and it's up to me to portray the lessons that I've learned to the community, right? So my last night's lesson was, no matter what, you do what's right. And not just what's right, but what's right by you. And I hope that relates. Right? I think that's like wish fulfillment, is that nothing is worse than the games that you play yourself. But you can play a better chess game if you play with honesty versus trying to cheat. Because you can't cheat Jesus. He sees all things, right? So that's kind of the important part, is that you understand that you're his child. You're not his father. You're just who you are, and accept that and respect that, because sands of times you keep walking to your destiny and he keeps just directing you right beside your side, right? 4 pair of footprints, and there's nobody there. Just you. But God sees you not only for what you do, which is where karma comes in, but he also, and that's people take karma as a negative thing, and it's so not. Karma is not negative. Karma is for you. So karma can be a good thing. Let's say you gave a homeless person $1, and then the next week you got 10,000. Is that bad karma or good karma? Let's say you did something to a good person and God decides to do something, let's say you do something bad to a good person, then God decides to do something bad to you. Is that bad karma or good karma? It's not to you, it's for you. I keep saying this. And that's my intuitive message, is that not only do you learn not to do bad things to good people, but you also learn in that process your self-respect. That's for yourself. That's what God gave to you, right? Is your self-respect. Because you did this, I whipped your butt, you learn not to do that again. And then on top of that, you learn to respect yourself enough to learn the lesson. That way you stay a good person. It's like you can't say I'm sorry to God. You know what my mom once told me? She said, saying I'm sorry means you'll never do it again. But an apology and I'm sorry and wrongness without no end means nothing, right? So that being said, when you learn what you need to learn, that is your connection between God, yourself, God, source, universe, and all the angels he sent down to guide you as well. And you hear from angels through random things like TV shows that you seem to ignore, but the message is still the same. People don't just have to go to, you don't need to go to tarot readings and all that stuff to learn what's going on in life. Crazy thing is, God sends you exactly what you need if you get out of your head and your mind. Because if you are thinking for him, then you're thinking like with no sight, foresight, future, or plan. You can't think for Lord Jesus Christ. He is the Almighty, and you are only one man. But at the end of the day, his wish fulfillment for you is for you to live the best, ultimate, sweetest, loving life that you can. Don't ever give up on that. Regardless, I don't care what you do. Sometimes you have to go through things a day at a time, 2 days at a time, one plan, one moment. Sometimes you go through things because you need to heal. You need to gain enlightenment, brand new perspective. People think that just because you went out last night after a terrible week and got drunk and now you got to drive yourself home, that's a bad thing. No, that is God saying, heal from this. Go out and have a good time. 1544, because that's why I put you here. I didn't put you here to sit here like you flatline. Like that bad thing is just never going to end and you need to stay there like you're just not your own friend. You're a friend to yourself. You got to love yourself the same as you love everyone else, right? God says, love thy neighbor as thy do. And I'm sorry if I screwed up this verse, thyself, right? So if you don't love yourself enough, then you can't love somebody else. But people who love themselves enough to give love and gratitude to someone else, they deserve the best. And God is going to protect you as much as he possibly can. He'll send his angels, his guides, spiritual leaders, lovers, 1644 on my clock, friends, people who will just make your life abundant as you make your own abundant yourself, correct? Because unless you love yourself and you're high vibrational, you can't get to where you want to be. Sorry, it don't work that way. So, okay, this is to my friend, LA, who's a very big supporter of mine, has the nicest replies, messages, and she is subscribed. I'm not putting a sex to it because it's not my business to tell. You make your own decision. So, okay, LA, what is going on in LA's life right now? You know what? I'm not even going to start with the illumination because illumination is for the future. Right now is what your ancestors want you to know. So I'm going to go through my ancestry deck. The message for LA. What does your ancestors want you to know? Are we trying to sit here? Are we all on the get-go? Because if LA is happy, everyone is, right? Hollywood. Story is Two of Swords. You're undecided yet. Why are you undecided, LA? Page of Swords. Because you're not exactly sure if you want to send a message or not. If you're ready to give yourself. But you know what? When you're ready to give yourself, you're ready to give yourself to God. That's like the undecided thing. It's like you can't undecide to give yourself to God, or you keep going into that same wheel of fortune, that karmic circle. It may spin against you and it may spin in your fortune, right? The Emperor, gain higher. You are in higher knowledge. You are abundant, and that's what you need to realize. Maybe that's the message that you're being sent, right? The wheel. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I just said that. Like the wheel of fortune. That's your higher knowledge. As that Page of Swords and the Emperor. How do you go from a page to an emperor? Unless you gain some kind of wisdom and you're willing to take control of your life. And you're willing to be the master of it. The wheel can spin in one direction or another. Right? A 3 of coins, that working on me, working on myself, working on my life, work on higher power, work on ingenuity, work on myself. Eight of Cups. You felt like maybe you wasn't going in the right direction, like you left something important to manifest something brand new. And that's okay, darling. For real. You were manifesting. You were the magician. If that's how you felt, then that was your wheel of fortune. But trust me, it's not as bad as you think. The star card. That's what I'm saying. You did what was best for you. Just don't make you a terrible person. Or it don't make you, it don't make your ex-partner or whomever hurt you a terrible person either, right? Seven of Coins. It's such as you manifesting your whole life. You manifest when you start from the day your mind can actually think on its own and your age can actually perform on its own and your life can perform on its own. You manifest from that day forward. Where am I going? What am I doing? That's the manifestation, you know, and it's hard. It's not easy. Ten of Swords. It's not easy. But you know what? King of Wands. Still doing it anyway, like a champion. No holds barred. That's the beautiful thing. Is you don't stop there. You don't get to stop at the Ten of Wands. Oh, I'm hurt, and that's it. You stop. You never stop. Because you still got to wake up in the morning with your dang self, right? Page of Wands. Yes. You still got to wake up. And look at these dragons fighting all around them. But you know what? Let me tell you about the Page of Wands. These dragons right here are silent. Fighting, dragons, fire, flame, fire, fire, flame. That's God's way of saying, don't be hurt. Keep going. Manifest it. Even if you got to start from something little and make it bigger. For real, that's God's way of saying, make sure that you nurture yourself. Nurture where you're going. Nurture your plan. God didn't make you a star for no reason. That's why it came up like that. That's your lesson over the Page of Swords. It's your lesson. That's communication. That's your lesson. That's where you should put in your mind so that your body can follow. Ignore every other thing you ever hear from somebody else because all they doing is telling you what to do with your dang self. Can you live somebody else's life or can they live it for you? Juggling. Can you do that? I think not. That's why Seven of Wands, you have to guard your love, guard your ambitions, guard your life. Never think that nothing has happened because guess what? Your manifestation and your magician and your star card, your manifestation is to be the best no matter what you do, right? With the Seven of Coins. It's hard as hell. Yeah. But you know what? When you think about it, nothing good comes easy. King of Coins. That's what I'm saying. Your manifestations, everything you do, nothing good comes easy. But when you actually choose, I promise you, you are the captain of your ship. King of Coins. You manifest it, you nurture it, then you decide, okay, this is how I'm going to make money, right? Exactly, right? Seven of Coins to the King of Coins. Come on, manifest it, then you nurture it, then it brings you abundance. That's the important part. You don't walk around in this world 10 of Wands, just mindless. There's a lot of people out here doing that, trust me. You're one of those people, I'm sure, that nurtures people in a way that they don't even understand. Sometimes you end up a hurt man. But you keep going because this man don't stop. He's carrying them wands on his back. The devil energy. Let me tell you, don't be insecure. Don't ever question what you want. Don't ever question where you're going. Don't let yourself fall into no bondage, addiction, depression over somebody else. For real. It's not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you got to carry all the wands on your own back. But you the king of coins. You already know how to manifest what you want. That's what's special about you, Queen of Cups. Exactly what I'm saying. You are loving, you are nurturing, and you are kind. That's exactly why I'm doing this for you, because LA, you didn't even know me, but you were loving, you were nurturing, and you were kind. The Lover's card, I meant that. So love yourself first. Because you know what? In the Garden of Eden, even in the Lover's card, there's always a snake, somebody that's willing to sit there. And it's so hard to see, but there's a snake right here in this grass. There's always somebody willing to sit there and mess it up for you, like Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve were a perfect couple meant for each other. But the serpent told Eve to give Adam the apple. There's always going to be somebody. But does that stop yourself? 2644. It's a whole lot. Do not ever stop. 10 of Cups. Do not ever stop. Because what you want is a better you, a better life, and a better self. So if you get everything you want, let's say you become a millionaire, you're trying to tell me that you're not going to try to make $2 million off that? Have something for your children? I think not. Eight of Wands message. That's the important part. That you need to keep that in your mind for your Wheel of Fortune. And this came over the Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor. You need to keep that in your mind forever, ever in life, that you deserve everything you want and better. 10 of Cups and the Lover's card. I hope you did. And I'll pray on God. I pray that since I last spoke to you, you got everything that you wanted. Because with the Three of Coins, you manifested on it. You left things that were really important to you for something you really wanted, that you wanted to manifest with the Magician and the Star card, that you wanted something better. Maybe at the time that wasn't even enough for you. You dreamt. I'm not even playing with you. You dreamt of something better. You wanted the Lord to send you something that was going to impact you in a different way. Four of Cups. And you're willing to sit there and wait for him to pour that cup in your mouth the right way. Give you exactly what you want. That gives you love, support, and sanity. A Three of Wands. I'm not even playing with you. Brand new beginnings, and your ships are coming in. What's over the Manifestation and the Magician? Like I said, you ain't gonna stop for nobody. Five of Swords. You just not. It's like keeping something around that just really ain't for you. Justice. You ain't gonna do that. That's the point, is that you made a decision not to. Justice card. You ain't gonna live in this life angrily. You decided to go ahead, give up those sleepless nights, those Nine of Swords over the Three of Swords, and the King of Wands with the King of Swords, and stop that. Because King of Swords has no problem with stopping and shutting nothing down. But he's also a committed, loyal, hardworking person of tenacity and grandeur. They dream. King of Swords dreams, which is of the mind. King of Swords lives, which is of the heart. And King of Swords also manifests, which is of the body. Knight of Swords. Exactly. That's your whole message. That is your message. The high priestess. Look at that. Divine knowledge. Now you know exactly what the divine thinks of you. That you are higher than high. Never forget that. A blessing to God, and you're a blessing to yourself from God. The high priestess, I mean, come on. She holds the scroll of wisdom, the fruit of the world, higher knowledge, and that's the owl, and not even just a regular owl, that's a white one. That means you're not even a bird of prey. You're both a bird of prey. But owls have been in this country, in this world for more than centuries, and they're not going extinct unless we cut down all the trees. They're smarter to go somewhere where the trees still grow, and then they can still catch rodents and eat to feed themselves. They're also owls sleep during the day, but they work at night, which means while you're sleeping, that's a whole lot. Let me rephrase that. An owl will catch food for its children during the day, feed them through their own mouth if they have to, before they become flyers and birds and that can fly and fend for themselves. But then at night, they're also watchful of everything that goes around them and everything that they do. And they also receive messages from the divine, the other animals, and they pay attention to that, which is why they've lived so long, generations and generations and generations after that, even after other animals were extinct. Well, the owl was still there. Not only am I seeing you, but I'm learning a lesson from you as well. That's the higher knowledge. That's why you get the Empress with the light shining out of her crown chakra, because you have knowledge that you don't even know or probably even never thought of, the moon energy. And then you have love that you just give. You keep it in your back pocket just to have for somebody, with the water in the back. See it right there? That's a whole river over the king of coins. For real, a king is a giver. A king of coins is somebody that has it, that gives it. That's a juggle. 8 of coins, the manifester. Another manifestation card. Another, I'm going to work for mine. And it may be hard, but King of Cups, oh Lord, you went from the queen to the king. You're going to manifest yourself. And if you think about it. Look at the seahorses in the back shadow, right? So the seahorses is here. So think about a seahorse in the ocean. That is one of, also 333, one of the longest living animals on Earth. They come big and they come small. Well, I haven't seen seahorses very big, but I don't live in the ocean, so I wouldn't have nothing to do with that. But they're all sizes, they're all different breeds, they're all different everything, but they also have lived a very long time on this earth, like alligators. And this King of Cups also has water in front of him. Look, Empress, the High Priestess have water in back of them. The 2 of Coins have water underneath them. The King of Cups has water in front of them. That's A1 nurturer. And the Queen of Cups, trust me, she swims with the fishes, right? So, oh God, like your heart is so big that even God has to protect it. 6 of Wands, victory. And the Fool, brand new beginnings anytime you want it. He's not playing with you. This is not no joke with the sneaky card. We're not playing like this. That's your justice. He's not playing with you. You got the full first. That's every card in the major arcana around him. You get to have your choice of whatever you want. Ace of Wands, whatever you want. Brand new beginnings, old beginnings, new beginnings. Keep them up. Because God is giving you his cup. Queen of Swords. Cut out what you want. King of Swords over the Queen of Swords over the King of Swords over the High Priestess. Cut out things that don't deserve you. That don't deserve you. Not people in places as things that aren't of your highest good. Things that don't deserve you. That's the important part. You are High Priestess. You've been through a lot. King of Coins. The Knight of Coins. And that came over the King of Coins. You have no battle to fight. You're already abundant, period. You were abundant from a youngin'. You don't go from a king to a knight unless it was past due memory. But you fight those animals. See how the horses is fighting right there? You fight whatever comes against you. Either that or you let everybody that wants you fight with themselves. Right? Two of Cups. Yes, sir. I promise you that. That's meant for you. With the Knight of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Laying down all your pain, past hurt, and everything else. Giving and serving yourself to the higher power. Right? And that's what I said. The Ace of Swords. Cutting it out. Fact is, the Hermit card. Go within and understand. Go within. 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Understand and stop fighting with yourself. Because ain't nobody else gonna fight for you. They gonna sit there with a whole bunch of staffs and not even touch each other. What you said, and they didn't do nothing. The Fool card. You are a goddess that can begin your own new beginning. You got the Fool, the Fool card over everything else, and I just barely started laying out my new decks. Fool following the Fool. Fool, Fool, Fool. You have opportunity for brand new beginnings no matter where you go. Make your choice, Devil card. That's the hard part. That's what's in you. What do I want to do next? Sometimes the devil is something that keeps rolling over in your brain over and over again. 10 of Pentacles, but wherever you go, you're going to have straight abundance over the Ace of Wands. Any choice that you make, just make one. Make one of your own. Don't stop God's work, the world, because he's got you. I promise. God's got you. It's part of even trying to be divinely guided or trying to be here on this earth that you have to understand people here as well, alive and deceased, God, source, universe. I pray for them all to enter the kingdom of heaven. The King of Swords, of course, like I said, and I already explained that with the Queen of Pentacles. That's what I keep saying. You already have it. Queen of Pentacles got a peacock in her magic. Peacocks are so lucky. I don't even know what to say about them. Get one feather and put it up in your house. Get a picture. I promise you it'll change how you view everything else. You understand the peacock feather not only retracts, but it spreads so beautifully. And these are not birds that fly. These birds are grounded, stable, steady. Queen of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. Don't think that everything you do is some kind of empty victory or anything that God ain't got you or anything like that, because Ace of Wands, he's got you, and you can have yourself anyone and anything you want. Trust that. Trust Knight of Pentacles. Trust you can manifest whatever you want, and then you're going to have so much you can give to someone else. 10 of Pentacles right here with the Queen of Pentacles. Come on. Don't play yourself, Miss Lady. Message. You're beautiful. Miss Man, Mr. Man. I can't put a sex to it. I said I wouldn't. Mr. Man, don't play yourself. You're beautiful. Ace of Wands over the message card. Come on. Over the Queen of Pentacles. Come on. Over the Queen of Wands. And we already know the Queen of Wands, and I'm a Sagittarius. Beautiful, stern, steady, grounded, and she do what she want. And she'll cut your ass off if she wants to, but she'll put your ass on if she wants to too. Trust me. But she got it. You got it. Who can love you like me? Nobody. Maybe that's that cocky attitude that they be talking about the Sagittarians have, 4111. It's the truth. That's why we probably look over the Two of Cups. That's probably why we have so much trouble. We need to sell away from all these swords, all them haters, all them not even lovers. But we'll take our cocky selves right along with us. Six of Swords. And you just be as cocky too. If you ain't a Sagittarius, look in your chart. It's somewhere there. You cocky about something. Page of Cups. Oh Lord. You ready to offer up? You ready to offer up that Two of Cups? Some good loving. You ain't trying to play with nobody. Look, Four of Cups. You taking all the cups you can from the divine. You taking all the cups you can from the divine wisdom. Who won't look? You like, if I look at this card the way I read it, everybody's gonna offer you some. Look at these full cups on the ground. The cup that's most important is the one that's from the divine, and he's giving it to it, pouring in his mouth his water from the sky, nurturing, feeding. And not only he's doing that over like a whole green grass. Like he just nurtured the whole world and then fed your behind with it. Three of Swords. That's what you needed to learn. Is that from here on out, it only gets better. Right? Hangman. The Lovers again over the Two of Cups. Here, it only gets better. You may have been stuck for a while, a little heartbroken. Didn't know if they were going to come back or if they were going. But they coming back. Because the Hangman just landed right by, the Lovers card landed right by the Two of Cups. Yeah, come on. Three of Wands. Get out of here. Ships are coming in. So one thing I want you to know, Knight of Wands, you are special. You can go after everything you want. Be as Knight of Wands. Come on. Knight of Wands don't stop. He is not going to be hung out. Not to dry. Not to dry. Because even with all these poor, oh, you left me out to dry. There's 5 more pentacles behind him. There's no playing with him. King of Wands. That's what I'm saying. You went from the Knight to the King. Because you realize exactly right now how special you are. Page of Pentacles. Because you want to offer up something very important to, even yourself. If you offer up yourself, if you offer up your pinnacle, if you offer up anything else, Knight of Swords, and they mess you over, you ain't trying to hear that, you'll cut that off. But that's your message. Knight of Swords is also a message bringer. That you have a lot to offer, King of Swords. You were born with this. You were born for this. Ace of Cups. Love your dang self. And I'm not even playing with you. God, Spirit Universe, stop playing with me. The wands that you carry. And you don't even realize how starry you are. Ace of Cups, come on. Because you special as heck and you so bored with all them other options. That's probably why you're still looking. Because you don't have not one viable one, but you got your dang self. That's your victory. But guess what? Yeah, just remember there's people out here that's sneaky and they want to win at all costs. But you were God's baby with the Sun card. You're God's baby. Look, can nobody put a face on the sun but Jesus? And he gave you a whole unicorn. He's watching after you. Come on now. Be who you are. Don't think he ain't got your back. Like he gonna keep letting people do you and attack you. No, sir, King of Pentacles. He gonna give exactly what you want, no matter when you want it, no matter how. You so special, King of Cups. That's that love I'm trying to tell you. That's the love that he has that I'm trying to tell you about. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're a manifester. You'll walk away from anybody that act like they got something and ain't got nothing. That's the point. And then in reverse, and none of my cards are in reverse, and that's the end of your heartbreak. Because God says, thank you. I love you. You my darling. So go out there, Knight of Swords, and do everything that you possibly can. Come on. 9 of Pentacles, because you are manifesting. You are we can on this earth. And don't let nobody stop you with the 3 of Cups. Don't let nobody stop you. The Emperor. Learn something today. You are so powerful. Ace of Swords over 10 of Cups. Come on, girl. I ain't even. Forgive yourself. Welcome to the new, because God just started you a whole brand new life, and all you got to do is take it. And butterflies are amazing. Look. LA, aka Hollywood, this reading was just for you. Start some new hobbies, leave the old, begin the new. Heavenly signs. And this is not playing with you. This is Ace of Wands, Hierophant. For more from Ace, like, share, comment, subscribe. I enjoyed this 11:01 a.m. on my clock. It was meant for you. I ain't even playing 47:11 on my clock when I watched it. Dare you to be different. Dare you to be different. Do what God says.